Grossi Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi, and today we are going to be taking a look at the 2018 NFL season Week 1 predictions, and I am not alone because last season I did some predictions and it went pretty well. I had a pretty good record, but I figured let me get somebody in here who knows little to nothing about football, and let's see how bad I really am. And at the end of the year, we'll compare our scores. And that person who doesn't really watch a whole lot of foosball, because it's the devil, is my wife, Jade Grossi. Jade, how are you?
I am tired.
Yeah?
Cranky. And, yeah, that sums it up.
And just know that we're doing this for free because I don't get paid. Now, if you do want to support my family and actually allow us to eat real food instead of just ramen noodles, you could check out Allergic to Fun. The physical copy is now available at TomGrossiComedy.com. Order yours today. Now, since this is the third time that we're doing this intro, and later in the video you'll see second time, that's because this first part got overwritten for a second time, and oh my god, Jesus hates us. But that being said, let's just jump right into the predictions, shall we, Jade?
Do we understand now why I'm cranky? Because third time?
Is the charm, is what I've been saying all along. Now, let's go to the opening game Thursday night, or tomorrow night, but by the time this video is edited, probably tonight, because... all right, let's go with the Atlanta Falcons against the...
Eagles.
No, how did I say?
Philadelphia Eagles.
The reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles. Jade, you got to say it like Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. That's for my wrestling fans out there. Now, the Eagles still without good old Carson Wentz. You could say they have a broken wing.
Oh, boy.
But I won't. And so Carson Wentz not going to be there. Nick Foles, who's looked atrocious during the preseason, but then again looked atrocious at the end of the regular season last year and brought them to a Super Bowl victory and defeated Tom Brady, allowing all of us to sing and rejoice. That being said, the Eagles, the Falcons are coming out strong. They got a strong offense. They got Steve Sarkisian in his second year. I know he sucked last year. I see Matt Ryan coming back a little bit. I'm gonna pick against the Eagles, which I know real bit me in the butt last year, but I'm gonna go Falcons. Jade, what do you think?
Falcons.
Why?
Because.
Top notch. All right. Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have the returning Andrew Luck, of course. Let's see if he's going to be in tip-top shape. Who knows? Against the Bengals, who are just looking for God or some divine answer to answer their problems. But I don't see it coming. And so I'm actually going to pick the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm going to say that they're going to be the ones that Andrew Luck's going to come back swinging, and they're going to have a good game. Jade?
Colts.
Any reason why?
No. Just because.
Well, it looks like Andrew Luck might get lucky on Sunday, but I am not getting lucky tonight. Now, let's go with the next game, Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are not going anywhere in a hurry with Joe Flacco. And so with that being said, they really do not have an offense going at all. The Buffalo Bills, they got LaShawn McCoy. They got a new quarterback. I like the Bills here. And so I'm going to pick the Bills just because, you know what? I think they're going to do better than the Ravens they are this year. Jade, thoughts?
I'm going with the Bills because I have them as my fantasies defense. And so if they can defend well enough against the Ravens so that the Ravens don't score any points, then hopefully they can win. If they have to score something, I understand, but at least they won't let the Ravens get anything, and then my defense gets points, and it's a win-win for me in fantasy and this. I guess that gives you a win, too, because you picked the Bills. Regardless, I picked the Bills.
That was the longest run-on sentence I think I've ever heard in my life. But that being said, the Buffalo Bills, the only true New York team, coming away with this victory, apparently. But we'll see. All right, then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Buccaneers, the stars of Hard Knocks last year, which sucked. And the Saints are coming firing on all cylinders. They got Kamara and Ingram is suspended for the next 4 games. I'm going to say that with all the offensive weapons that the Saints have, this game is going to be a breeze for the Saints.
Get it? Drew Brees.
It's always better when you got to explain it. Jade, what are your thoughts?
Well, just in case people didn't know, I'm going with the Saints as well. But not because of Drew Brees. Just because
Very religious.
I think the
Saints.
Oh, no. I think they're a good team. I feel like I always hear about them doing well. So, Saints.
And while Drew Brees is advertising NyQuil, Jade's going to be taking some this evening.
I don't need it.
Then we have the Houston Texans, the hot up-and-coming team with Deshaun Watson versus all reliable, the New England Patriots. Now, the Texans are the up-and-coming team. I really believe in them. They got some high-powered offensive weapons like DeAndre Hopkins. However, I think the Patriots, even though they have all those changes on defense, like losing Matt Patricia and losing Malcolm Butler, I feel like Tom Brady's going to be able to pull it off anyway because that's what he does. So I'm going to pick the Patriots here. Jade, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with the Texans because I don't like the Patriots.
Neither does the majority of the world. So can't argue with that one. And then we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Jimmy G, undefeated, coming in to Minnesota. Who's going to win? Exciting showdown. Minnesota coming in with one of the best defenses in the league. Of course, signing Kirk Cousins over the offseason. They got Dalvin Cook back. They got Thielen. They got Diggs. They got my balls in a vice because they keep on winning. The Tennessee Titans versus the Miami Dolphins in a game that no one will be watching. Literally, I don't even know if Tennessee fans will be watching. I'm just going to go with the Titans here because the Dolphins with Tannehill, it's just gross. I really don't know who he's going to throw the ball to. I don't know who's running the ball. I think it's Drake and not the rapper. So, looks like they'll be making the hotline bling for some offensive help, if you know what I mean. So, I'm going to pick the Tennessee Titans to win it here. Jade?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins because Tannehill is the only one that I recognize name-wise from, I think, either team. So at least I know somebody playing. So Dolphins. Plus our friend is a big Dolphins fan. So go Dolphins.
That's right. Depression is a real thing. There are Dolphins fans out there. Now, going on to the next game, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have one of the top defenses in the league, going against the Giants, who are looking to make a big comeback. You had Eli Manning, who a little bit of a slump last year, even got benched for a hot second, but you got Odell Beckham Jr. back, as well as Saquon Barkley, who they just drafted in the draft. And so, while the Jaguars should be the favorite here, I'm actually going to go with the New York Giants. I think the Jaguars are going to fall down a peg. I don't believe in Blake Bortles. They lost a bunch of their wide receiver threats while they have Leonard Fournette. I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go with the New York Giants. Jade, do you concur with this hypothesis?
I'm going to go with the Jaguars because I'm not a big Giants fan either.
And you like the cat.
Well, yeah, I like Jaguars. They're in the cat family.
They can eat a caiman. That's a crocodile. Where's that technically? It's an alligator.
A caiman?
Yeah.
The
things that look like crocodiles are alligators. Jaguars can eat them. True story. True story. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the team who has won one game in the past 2 seasons, the Cleveland Browns. Well, Cleveland, I don't think that your depression is going to end anytime soon. And while you are at Hard Knocks, I see you taking a big knock here, and the Steelers coming firing on all cylinders while Le'Veon Bell... Listen, please don't embarrass me in front of my internet friends. Thank you. Le'Veon Bell's still holding out, and I heard his offensive line is a little bit sick and tired of it, but it don't matter because he got Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster with Big Ben Roethlisberger. I see the Steelers taking this. Jade, are you taking the Browns to the bowl?
No. The Steelers. Maybe not to the bowl, but at least this game.
That was a poop joke. You're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl? See what I did there? Yeah. Poop. I'm not above it. All right, then going on to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the LA Chargers. I almost said San Diego again. So Chiefs here getting rid of Alex Smith over the offseason and rolling with Patrick Mahomes. Of course, they got Tyreek Hill, They got some big offensive weapons. Defense is doing pretty well. Chargers, they're usually pretty good for at least 8 games of the season before they fall flat on their face. But this is going to be a close game. But I'm gonna pick the Chiefs in this one. I think while the Chargers have, Joey Bosa, they have that defense. I'm just feeling the Chiefs on this one. Jade?
I'm going to go with the Chargers because I feel like in the past I've had Chiefs players on my fantasy team, and I don't think that they've done so well, but I remember having Charger players, and I do believe they did well. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, you did just charge our dinner on a credit card.
I did. So even more support for the Chargers.
Charge them. MasterCard. Now, moving forward, we're going to go to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers. This should be a pretty good game. Carolina Panthers, of course, having McCaffrey coming into his sophomore season. Cam Newton proving that he could be accurate after Kelvin Benjamin made fun of him and called him names. But the Dallas Cowboys looking to rebound from last season. Dak Prescott's looking not to suck, and Ezekiel Elliott's looking to play in full season. While they have lost a step on offensive line, and they also don't have Des Bryant anymore, I really don't know who they're going to throw the ball to besides Terrence Williams and the little guy whose name I can't remember right now. I'm going to, I was originally going to pick the Cowboys like I did in the last video, but now I've thought and dwelled on it a little bit. I'm actually going to switch and go to the Panthers.
It's because you knew I was going to pick the Panthers.
Yep, that's exactly it. And plus, it was a cat. I knew that.
That's exactly why I was going to pick it. It's really because I'm not a big Cowboy fan, but yeah, it's because they're cats.
How about them cat boys?
And girls.
It's true. I don't want to assume any genders. It's 2018. Sorry. All right, then let's move on to the Washington Redskins, still offensive, versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, speaking of offensive, that offense is going to be offensive to the eyes. Alex Smith recently going to the Washington Redskins, but they lost Darius Geis over the offseason. So really not a whole lot of offensive weapons there on the Redskins offense. And then you have the Arizona Cardinals, which getting a brand new spanking quarterback, but they got David Johnson back, even though they lost the Honey Badger on defense. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, taking over the Redskins, because I just don't know what the Redskins are going to do with that football. Jade?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals. No particular reason. Why not the Cardinals?
Well, the suffering isn't ending anytime soon because we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, while they suck and I hate everything that they stand for, they still have no offensive line. They basically don't have a defense anymore, even though Earl Thomas has reported back to the defense. But the Denver Broncos, they don't have an offense going on. While they got Demaryius Thomas trying to go the vegan lifestyle, represent. Woo. They also have Emmanuel Sanders, who, hopefully will do something, but big question mark at quarterback after releasing Paxton Lynch. They still got, what's-his-face from the Vikings, who, oh, God, I can't remember his name right now. Nope.
Can't help you.
Case Keenum. That's the guy.
That one.
While they got Case Keenum, you know what? I'm going to go Broncos here. I went Seahawks in the last video, but you know what? No one's watching this. It's fine. I'm going to go with the Broncos. No one saw the last video except for like 6 people who were like, the sound doesn't work. And Jade's like, but the sound sounds fine. And I was like, I know, but then this is a problem. And then we had to do this entire video over again. So you know what? I'm going to pick the Denver Broncos to win. Jade?
Okay, so let the record show that that's now 2 changes that Tom has made to his initial picks, that I still stayed to my original picks. So that point goes to me if they win and not you, because that's not fair.
Incorrect. Nope, that's incorrect.
That's
There's no proof that I picked the other ones. So
there's the other video proof.
Yeah, it's gone. I deleted it. It's gone.
But I was here for it, and I'm telling everybody that you're changing your choices. So anyway, I'm still sticking with the Broncos because that was my original pick.
Same.
Wrong.
If loving you is wrong.
Oh, God.
Then I'm going to be right with this next pick because we're at Sunday Night Football with the Chicago Bears, led by Khalil Mack and the biggest Packer fan of all, Mitch Trubisky, versus the returning beautiful Gotosaurus Rex, Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers with some new weapons like Jimmy Graham and bolstering a brand new defense is going up against a terrifying defense. And the Bears have a few weapons of themselves. But that being said, the Packers are going to take this one. And we're going to put Mac in the ground. Jade?
The Packers will take everyone because the Packers are the best team ever.
I'll give you $5 later.
So, Packers.
Totally not scripted. Now, let's go on to the 2 Monday Night Football games in which you have the New York Jets, Jade, versus the Detroit Lions. Now, the Detroit Lions, always hoping to they're just happy to be there, right? They're always in the running, but they're never able. They're basically like the bridesmaid. They're never getting married. They're never winning the NFC North. And every time they get so close, Aaron Rodgers shoves a football up their ass. Now, that being said, going against the New York Jets, and who just traded away Teddy Bridgewater and starting Sam Darnold, a risky move, Cotton, but let's see if it pays off. So that being said, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions, and I know who Jade's going to go for. She's going to go with the Kitty Cats once again. Am I correct?
Yes.
Loving cats all day, all night on the Packcast. And finally, the final game of this week, the LA Rams versus the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders, of course, trading Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears and basically saying, here you go, we don't need our best player anymore. And it gets a lot of people thinking about John Gruden, who just signed $100 million for a 10-year contract, but they have Jordy Nelson, so they'll always have a soft spot in my heart. But that being said, the Rams are Super Bowl favorites. They got a crap ton of talent, of course, with Todd Gurley, who you drafted first in the fantasy league this year. And so I'm going to pick Gurley. The Rams do it. Jade?
Well, I used to think I didn't know anybody on the Rams, but...
I said Jordy Nelson was on there.
Oh,
Do you
right.
not remember
I
Jordy
forgot.
Nelson?
Right. But he wasn't always, so... This is a new thing. That's why I don't remember it. But a lot of people said that the Gurley pick, right? His name is Gurley?
Yes.
Was a good pick for the fantasy. So considering he's on the Rams.
Is this you switching a pick, Jade? Because
No.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're still going with the
It's
Raiders.
not. I'm just saying, like, now I know someone.
So
now,
who
now I know
are
two
you
people
picking,
on
the Rams or the
so
Raiders?
it's like,
I pick Rams or Raiders.
well,
Rams,
I was going.
Rams, Raiders.
I was
Raiders or Rams.
going to go with the Raiders with the reasoning of I don't know anybody on the Rams.
Uh-huh.
So now I can't use that as my reason. I'm still going to go with the Raiders.
But
it's nice that I now know at least 2 players on the Rams.
So why are you picking the Raiders?
Because I'm sticking with my original picks and I ain't jumping ship on any of them. Like others who did that. Because they want more points.
In the last video, Jade said that she liked the Vikings.
I did not. I said I like the color purple.
You said,
and
I like
because of that, I
Vikings.
like the Vikings, but I didn't mean that I like
She
the
said
Vikings.
it again. She said it again. I have it on record. Divorce.
No.
I'm trapped. Please help me.
No.
Please.
No.
You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TOMGROSSI Comedy, or Tom Grossi Comedy on the Twitters and the Instagrams and the Facebook. If you want to pick up a physical copy of Allergic to Fun, head over to TomGrossiComedy.com. Help feed me. Check out Packcast, P-A-C-K-A-S-T on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, and of course here on the YouTube. You could also see the full Bears fan interview that I did with Josh from the Sport Fury coming out tomorrow just in time for the beginning of the regular season. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi.
And I'm Jade Grossi.
And as always, go
Pack